Hey guys, I'm outside of Ganarascals for episode 3 of Knock Knock Northumberland, and I'm gonna head inside, talk to Lee Higginson from Fluke Craft. Let's go inside. So we're in Ganarascals right now, and so we came here because you have done an art feature here.
I think I put it up towards the start of February because it features a lot of brightly colored hearts, so it feels Valentine's-y, but in fact it's just like get through, right? Like it's just get through the season.
Boring.
Get through February.
Yeah.
But my relationship with this restaurant goes back to its conception because I'm friends with the people who own it. So I came in and I kind of helped them set it up and make it cute. And,
nice.
In a few different ways, painted a couple different monsters. There's monsters hiding in all of the bathrooms.
I've never been to the washroom here.
Oh, well, you must.
I guess I'm going to have to go pee.
There's some fun. There's a Ganarasquatch. There's a legend of the Ganarasquatch who lives here and he's hiding. And and there's something about supporting friends who are living, like you're actually watching them live their dream.
How does what's in here come?
It has no choice.
Okay.
It's just like a stream of things that happen, and I think I've always existed in that way. And then,
Like you've always been creative.
Yeah.
So did you start with stones, like the pictures on?
I think I actually started with Christmas ornaments, like a year ago.
Oh
at
yes,
Christmas.
I brought some of those. Yeah.
I started and I just started painting them, and people wanted them, and I was really puzzled.
Right.
That they would, and then at Valentine's Day, so almost exactly a year ago.
Oh, I bought one of those too.
Yeah,
I brought it. And that was the easiest thing to like travel with, like this little stone. Say I came up with a crazy creative idea, and I came to you and said, like, can you make this?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. I've got some things in the works for this year, which are really exciting.
I don't like surprises.
That are like big scale, kind of.
Like how big?
Like big, like potentially big. Big things.
So like this big, or like this big?
Giant.
Whoa, that's
giant.
really big.
I committed this year that 2019 I wanted to do large scale.
And so and now you have a business being creative.
Well, I just kind of felt like what a great time to do it. Like why not?
Yeah.
You know, like I'm kind of starting over in Northumberland on my own. I bought my own house and I did this whole thing. And I thought, like, what a better time.
Super big girl thing.
Yeah. Like feels kind of grown up. Like why not start a business and see what happens?
Right.
And I don't know that I would have done it if I didn't live here.
Right.
Because there's something about living in a small town and getting that really, face-to-face support. Yeah. And I feel like I have a special needs son, right? Like my son is on the autism spectrum. That is a tricky thing. I didn't find out he was on the autism spectrum until after we'd committed to move here, and then I remember having a real sense of panic, like am I leaving resources behind?
Sure.
That I would have access to if I'd stayed in a bigger center.
Yeah.
And I didn't, and I haven't. And being here is the best possible thing for him because he walks downtown and people greet him by name and they know who he is and people watch out and you get that really like a sense that you feel like you've thrown back to the 80s when other people were watching out for you.
You came here straight from somewhere outside of Northumberland.
Yeah, I was in Ottawa. Unlike most people, I didn't come directly from Toronto. I'd been in Toronto, but my kids were born in Ottawa and I lived there. But I grew up locally, or Peterborough area, because I have been drawn to the lake and to the beach and to the water my whole life, and remember all the times we came down here. It was definitely a draw to be here. I think there's something really special living in a lakeside community,
Yeah.
So your experience in Cobourg is so vastly different than what it is here in terms of the tourism and the way that the beach draws people, which is amazing. Yeah. And I go to Cobourg to use the beach because it's just such a different experience.
Different. Yeah, for sure.
Than being here, which is kind of rugged and rough and and a little more adventurous. I feel like people come to Port Hope because they fall in love with this main street out here, and they fall in love with a community that's kept its heritage identity so strongly and holds. Yeah,
But so many people haven't even heard of Cobourg, but they've heard of Port Hope. Which I find
really, really interesting that we live 11 minutes apart and our communities are so diversely different, and yet. Like I have all kinds of reasons to go to Cobourg all the time, and it's easy to support, the dual town living around here. But I really kind of adore the slight little battle that goes on between them.
Totally.
Like, I really love it.
Yeah.
a lot. I think it's kind of fun.
So like we've got two small towns right here, Coburg and Port Hope, obviously, but all of Northumberland, like it's not a big space, but it's a huge space, but it feels so small.
I feel unbelievably grateful for my community and for the support that they've shown, because it's really hard to, even if you've been drawing and you've been making things your whole life and you've been, and that's been, you know, the core of your existence, there's something that takes like a little bit of a leap of faith to actually say, like, now I'm going to hang it on a wall so you can come and look at it.
And I'm going to charge you money to buy.
And I'm going to charge you money, which is crazy.
And hope that people don't laugh, I'm assuming, right?
Like it's there's a whole lot of stuff that goes into kind of doing that the first time, but
So you left,
and it's just been, I could never have predicted the reception. It's just, it's been overwhelming, and I have, I have only thanks for people like Caitlin and Matthew here at Ganarascals and Elise at the Carlisle, and people who really just said they do it. Like, my space is for you. I have total faith. Yeah. Just run with it. You know, at this point in my life, I would never even consider being anywhere other than Northumberland, because it gives me everything I need and more.
It's like everything in one sentence. Everything and more.
Everything and more.
Yeah.
Cool. I love it. I love it here.